Welcome to the Private Practice with Soul podcast. My name is Dr. Brooklyn Storme, and I help private practice owners align their business back with their soul's calling, with their big vision and with their soul's purpose. Unlike other private practice coaches, I've traveled the world in search of spiritual resources, spiritual tools, education and information so that you can have the transformation that your soul desires and needs so that you can up-level your business. How much fun is this? I love it so much. Guys, if you're not already a member of the Private Practice Monthly Mentorship Group, please check out the show notes. I would love for you to be there. In the meantime, thank you so much for pushing play today. Let's begin. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Wowee! I am so pleased that you're here, and I am lit up like a little firecracker down here in Melbourne, Australia, because guess what? Our listening stats have jumped by 800% in the last week. OMG, I can't believe it. Thank you. I am so pleased that you're finding value in these episodes, and so I want to give you more. And what I did was during the week, I put out the call on Facebook and asked everybody to let me know what they're wanting help with in their private practice. If you're on my email list, you would have also got an email asking, let me know what you need a hand with, because it's your questions that I use to create the content for the podcast, right? And so a whole bunch of you have sent through a whole lot of stuff. So I think we're good for content for about the next 2 years. And I'm super excited to bring it to you. So it's my highest intention to bring you useful content to help you with whatever aspect of private practice it is, whether it's growing it, developing it, feeling better about it, stepping from a clinician role into more of a director role, all that kind of good stuff. So that's that. And guess what? Recently it was a new moon. How exciting is that? So new moon, as you know, is all about completion of one cycle, and it's the beginning of a new one. And for me, I was born on the 30th of August at 8:30 at night, on Friday night, first night late shopping in Melbourne, Australia. And my new moon meant that for me, this new phase is a phase of increasing connection, increasing networks. And then I was thinking, okay, how can I embody that in my business? And so I came up with the idea of offering access to my group. It's normally 97 Australian dollars a month, so about 50 or 60 US dollars a month. And I thought what I'll do is for, this week, I will give everybody who joins access for 1 month to the group for just $1 Australian. And then if you like it, you can stay afterwards and you'll be a founding member and you can stay on at the $97 rate. And I think that this is a great way because it's going to allow you to come in and see what I'm actually doing. I think sometimes if you're like me, you listen to certain people on podcasts and you start to feel real connection with them and you want to take them up on their offers when they talk about the offers, and then they tell you what the price is and your heart sinks because you're like, oh, it's out of my budget. Well, I know what that's like because I've been there too. In fact, the two of the coaches that I have now, I wanted to work with them in the past, but I was like, oh, it's too expensive. But anyway, I thought what I could do is let you in for $1 if you join before the 27th of June. And you can stay for the whole month. You can have access to and join in with all the coaching calls. So there's one a week. They're every Monday at 11 a.m. They're all recorded as well, and they stay in there. So if you like, you can binge listen to them in your commute. Plus, there's a whole lot of resources in there around setting your session fees, around bringing the practice into alignment with your purpose and your vision and your values and all that sort of good stuff. So I'll put the link to that in the show notes. Come and check it out. You've got nothing to lose and everything to gain. And guess what? I'm in that group every single day and I answer every single question. So if you want to get help and you want to connect with me in a more individual, customized, personal way, jump in the group and we can absolutely do that. I would love real-time interaction with you because it'd be nice to get to know who's listening to this podcast. But anyway, today what I wanted to do was address a question that came in from Lisa. Lisa was asking how can she start attracting more referrals to her private practice. And this is the thing. So we had a conversation, and Lisa's been in practice for 5 years now in Australia. She's doing really, really well. And then guess what? COVID hit. And like, unfortunately, so many other private practices, her business was hit really, really hard. She was kicking along really, really well. She had a fully booked diary. It was all going super well, but then people dropped off a lot. They did not want the telehealth. And anyway, so as a result of that, the business started to, plummet a little bit. She had lots of gaps in the diary, and she still had rent to pay and all that sort of stuff, all these financial commitments, plus paying herself. And so, she went back. I said to her, okay, so what have you tried already to try and get some more referrals into the business? And she said, well, I've been doing all the usual things. I've been faxing all the doctors who normally refer clients to me and letting them know that I have capacity. I've reached out to all my clients. I've let them know I'm still able to do sessions for them online. They don't want that. I've been putting ads on Facebook for my private practice. They're not getting any traction. I'm emailing everybody, and just nothing's working, and I don't know what to do. I can't even go and do GP meet and greets. So how you go and you catch up with the doctors at lunchtime. Maybe you take them a lunch if you want to. And it's your opportunity to sort of have some FaceTime with the doctors, tell them a little bit about who you are, who the practice is, how you help them, find out more about, what they feel is lacking and what they really need and what their patients need. And you kind of, develop a working relationship with the doctors. So she wasn't even able to do that. And so she's just there watching her diary empty every single day. There's more appointments getting cancelled, deleted, rescheduled, and people are saying that they're just not going to come. So she was in quite a state when, she spoke with me, and I said to her, why did you want to talk to me about all of this? And she said, because she's desperate. She doesn't know what else to do, that all of the things that other people have been telling her to do just aren't working, and she's on the brink of having to close the practice. And I felt kind of bad for her, obviously, because I want her not to be in that position for so many reasons. When you're in a position of desperation, you're sending out the energy of desperation, and that's repellent. You're not going to get any new clients, I believe, energetically anyway. Plus, she's putting so much pressure on herself that she's no longer enjoying what she does. She's not focusing on the client anymore. She's focusing on the money. And you know what happens when you focus on the money and not on the joy of the work. It just doesn't work out for you, right? So she was in all of that state. And so she tried everything, and she said, I'm desperate, and I need to try your way perhaps. So I said to her, okay, well, what do you think my way is? And she said, well, I know that you're into the spiritual stuff, and it's going to be a little bit of the woo-woo, and I don't really know much of that, but it's not really clinical, and is it professional? And well, I don't really know if it's going to work, but I want to give it a try. And I said to her, okay, cool. What we can do is absolutely give it a try. All you need to do is be coachable, number one. That means you have to play the game. Like, if I give you guidance around something and you make a commitment to do something, you have to do it. Like, nothing's going to change if you don't do the work. So we had that understanding, and we spoke about trusting in the process and all of that sort of good stuff. From there, what we're able to do was help her take everything right back to the beginning of looking at the vision for the practice. Now, this always throws people off because they come in a state of desperation. They need money in the books now. They need appointments now. And when I say, let's go back and have a look at the vision, they're like, no, that's not what I need. I need money. But here's the thing. It doesn't delay the money coming in. Without understanding why you got into this business in the first place, without understanding what the big vision is for your practice and why you really want to help people from that heart space, from that soul space, we need to connect back into that, because that vision then provides you with the blueprint for your practice. Okay, so her blueprint isn't working anymore. That's why we need to revisit this. So we go back to the alignment and we look at her vision. She has an aha moment and realizes that her vision has shifted. Okay, she's not wanting to work with a certain demographic anymore. She sees herself working with a different demographic, and that's fine. And now what we see is that the traditional ways of finding clients that are no longer working for her are no longer working because her vision's shifted, all right? She's been marketing and pitching to doctors when she isn't wanting to work with clients that are coming through a medical system, all right? That was the first sort of light bulb moment that she has. The second light bulb moment that she has is, oh my gosh, maybe there is another way for me to find these clients. And so what we're able to do was anchor back into her purpose. We're able to anchor back into her goals, her vision for the practice. We're able to anchor back into how she wanted to feel, who she wanted to serve, why she wanted all of those things, her vision beyond the vision. We did all of that. And within 2 weeks of working together, she had 11 new referrals. 11 new referrals. Everything shifted for her. She had this huge light bulb moment, and now she's one of my biggest raving fans. And it's all because she allowed herself to be coachable. She allowed herself to let go. She allowed herself to lean into a different approach. And here's the thing. Those old approaches of marketing your client practice, I believe, in my opinion, are just not going to work anymore, because if you've been following me for a while, you'll know that I'm into all this woo and I'm into spirituality and alignment. That's why we're here. But you'll also know that we're waking up. People are talking about waking up, but what does that mean? Waking up really means becoming more aware of your values, more aware of the things that are really sacred to you, important to you. And just like you're becoming aware of these as a private practice owner, so too are your clients becoming aware. So an ad that you put on Facebook or a post that you put on Instagram that's very traditional and conventional and talks about anxiety and cognitive behavior therapy and 6 sessions this and, manualized approaches, that is not going to land for them anymore. Okay. Chew, bless me. And so what needs to happen is there needs to be a change to the way that you market. There needs to be a change to the way you show up for your private practice. And there needs to be a change to your messaging. So you need to be now first identifying what your values are, but second, looking at why they are your values. Third, looking at, okay, how do I embody these? And fourth, how do I be the light? How do I stand in a space and shine these values out to the world so that clients are attracted to them? Okay. You want to be attracting clients to your practice like she did. All right. And like I do, and like other people in my group do. It's possible to do it, but you need to stand for something, and you need to understand how your message is standing for something, how you're sharing that message, and how it's landing for people. And that means get out of your safety zone, stop using marketing approaches from the 1990s and the early 2000s. It's 2020 now, guys, and it's a different audience that you're speaking to. Those approaches probably aren't going to work for you if you're a soul-directed, intentional, consciously aligned private practice owner. All right. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. So what I would get you to journal on perhaps is, how am I currently marketing my private practice to get new business? What do I think clients are looking for in private practice? All right. And then ask yourself, what are my values for private practice? And the fourth prompt would be, in what ways can I start to show up for clients who really need to hear this message? What would I need to say? What would I need to do? How would I need to behave? What would need to change on my messaging or in my website, or, all of those sorts of things. This is what I want to get you thinking about. And It's a huge area. Absolutely, it's a huge area. But hey, guess what? You don't have to do it alone. You absolutely don't have to do it alone. As I said at the start of the podcast, I think I mentioned this at the start of the podcast, I'm inviting everybody to come and work with me for just $1 if you sign up before 11:59 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time on June 27th, 2020. It's only going to cost you $1 Australian, which is about 60 cents US, but you're going to get to come in. You can participate in the group coaching calls. We do them online in Facebook. We record them all and save them all. You can get coached on other days outside of the group coaching calls. You can access all of the learning units and modules that we've got in there around your fees, around alignment, around your purpose, around intention. And aside from all of that, there's just other cool stuff in there. Well, I think it's cool anyway, but I am loving reconnecting with tarot at the moment, and and oracle cards. And so from time to time each week, I'm putting the call out if anybody wants a reading, or if anybody would like a single card reading from the oracle deck, to let me know. And I'm loving doing that. We're just doing that for some fun. So you can come and get a free card reading as well for your private practice. And I love doing this. And you can come, we've got a celebration thread in there. It's got like nearly 100 comments. You know, it's so many things that everybody's celebrating as a result of this new way of approaching your private practice through a really spiritual lens. It is possible for you to get ahead in your practice, to grow your practice, to attract team members for your practice, do all of those wonderful things in a way that is aligned with how you really want to work. And I'm here to help you. I'm not going anywhere. In that group, I'm going to stand beside you. I'm going to be in there every single day, answering any question that you have. I will personally jump in there and answer it for you. You're going to get to connect with me. I'm going to get to connect with you. We're going to get to, get to know each other. And I want to hear all about your practice, and I want to hear about everything that's going really well for you. And I want to hear about the challenges that you're having, because I can show you ways around those challenges. And it's my soul's highest purpose, and it's my deepest joy and pleasure to help you. So you don't have anything to lose. It's $1. I'll put the link in the comments for you. And I'm so used to speaking on Facebook. I will put the link in the show notes for you. And I will look forward to seeing you there. Have a beautiful, 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 beautiful Wednesday. Thank you so much for listening. If you haven't left a review, that would be amazing if you could. I'd be so appreciative of that. Have a beautiful day, guys. I'll see you inside the group. Bye. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Private Practice with Soul podcast today. If you're looking for clarity, if you need help with branding, your processes, and bringing everything into alignment with your soul's purpose for your private practice, head to the show notes and click the link for more information about the Private Practice Monthly Mentorship Group. You are going to love it. I can't wait to see you in there. Thanks so much for listening. Bye.